We're live. Open chat. Going to be gabbing tonight. Giving a shout out to Dane Wigington of the Geoengineering Watch. I'll leave a link to his show. I haven't even listened to his tonight one, but I do listen to most of his broadcasts. And I've got to do my part to give him a shout out and a thumbs up. Can't say that I don't believe what he's talking about. To make a long story short, I hope I'm saying his name right. I think it's Dane Wigington. Geoengineering Watch is the thing that's as important to remember as his name, if not more. Wanted to live his dream and go off the grid, and somewhere up in California in the woods, he got a house and he put solar panels on it. He came to realize he wasn't getting any power. No chi from the sun, if you will. No energy from the sun. Absolute bummer. And then he checked further as to why this was. And he started to zero in on the cause, and the cause was the geoengineering. The negative kind of conspiratorial term is chemtrails, but the correct term is geoengineering. And most people, probably 9 out of 10, I suppose, deny the existence of these so-called chemtrails, which give you ridicule, right? But let's be clear. Let me be clear. As Barack Obama used to say, let me be clear. I think that was his rap. There's no doubt there's something to it. And now Mr. Bill Gates is openly talking about the necessity of doing some dimming. And there was a balloon experiment that they've already done over in Sweden, and it's been openly talked about quite a bit. Openly talked about. And there's some resistance to it. Maybe growing, but maybe not. Whenever you talk about geoengineering, anyway, so why is this so crucial? Well, I think, there's a lot of people maybe more conservative politically, or your Rush Limbaugh types. They're kind of completely denying there's a problem. Okay. Perhaps that goes too far. Is there a problem with pollutants from globalization? And you will notice, if you talk to somebody who's a modern promotion of paranoia, but without really any answers, they'll say, we've got to cut the carbon footprint. But it's kind of vague. The Green New Deal. Which, let's hope perhaps that is the answer. Just because Greta Thunberg looks like she would punch me in the head, that little kid just doesn't look like she would like me. Nevertheless, let's say, for the sake of whatever, that their intentions are correct and the Green New Deal will work. Whatever. Why haven't they immediately up front in their discussion talked about stopping, or at the very least slowing down, this geoengineering, which most people say doesn't exist. Indeed. How is everybody tonight? Anybody jump in this chat yet? We've got one listener. Come aboard, listener. Do you dare? Do you dare? Come and dare and talk about geoengineering. Yeah. I'm afraid I think there's something to it. Geoengineering. Climate engineering, or climate intervention, commonly referred to as geoengineering, is the deliberate and large-scale intervention in the Earth's climate system to counteract climate change. The most prominent subcategories of climate engineering are solar radiation management and carbon dioxide removal. Examples of this approach include spraying seawater thousands of meters in the air to see the formation of the stratus clouds. Geoengineering, a horrible idea we might have to do. All I'm saying is they're merely doing that. Unhappy side effects. Geoengineering explained. Ooh, Oxford, England. Geoengineering program. Geoengineering monitor. Oh, I haven't seen that one. That might be good. Geoengineering, Harvard Solar Geoengineering Research. Six ideas to limit global warming. What engineering? And why should you care? Nobody jumping in. I guess I started too random. What are your thoughts? Somebody lay it on me. I'm gonna have to do this again when people jump in. So I guess there's some other. Tonight, Dane Wigington's message. The science community is finally admitting that the state of the biosphere is far more dire than previously disclosed, and that any recovery might take millions of years. What core factor of this equation still be completely denied? One only has to look at the skies for the answer. The geoengineers have consistently concentrated on cooling down the eastern half of North America. Ooh, well, that is happening now. I am here in the eastern half of North America, and it is record cold this time of year. It's 10:41 Eastern Standard Time. I am freezing up here in the east. Yeah, I believe it's a record cold. Where are you guys? What kind of weather do you have? Are you in the eastern seaboard? Somebody jump in. What do you think? Do you believe it's possible that there are engineered droughts? Do you believe it's possible there's a coming collapse? Chemical ice nucleation. Here's a couple of the side effects. Of course, I wholeheartedly just say I'm just gabbing. Better to avail yourself by checking out Geoengineering Watch directly, but for the sake of my wonderful viewers of the Stosh channel, check out this stuff. Here's some of the aspects that they talk about. For instance, early symptomatic aluminum pollution linked to dementia in bees. The decline of bee population could be caused by insects' high contamination of aluminum, a chemical element implicated as a factor in Alzheimer's disease. Can bees get dementia? Aluminum. So, aerosoled aluminum is part of the global engineering. Bees are getting dementia. Okay, so they're saying global warming. That's a bit of a cop-out, in a sense. Bee population decline and are bees getting dementia? Aluminum contamination may be behind bee dementia. What do you think about this? Now we move on to the phrase often used, insect apocalypse. What is causing the insect apocalypse? The decline has been attributed to the habitat destruction caused by intensive farming, urbanization, pesticide use, artificial lighting, fertilizers, but not geoengineering, of course. Insect apocalypse poses risk to all life on Earth. Nobody out there want to join? We're talking Geoengineering Watch, insect apocalypse. Weather warfare. There's a weather warfare treaty. One aspect this is weather warfare. The Convention on the Prohibition of Military and any other hostile use of environmental modification. Google definitely has less interesting entries these days. Sorry, Google, Google YouTube. I'm just saying. President Lyndon Johnson approved weather warfare. President Johnson made fantasies real by ordering rainmaking. That's the New York Times. Science is a diplomatic weapon. He who controls the weather will control the world. That's a quote that Dane uses for a lot of his videos. Again, I'm doing my part to spread the word. What are you guys doing? Geoengineering. Alright, nobody's on yet. I'll be ending pretty soon, but Dane Wigington, geoengineeringwatch.org. To say the least, I'm a supporter. What do you think? What do you think? Anybody out there? Anybody want to talk geoengineering? Johnson was interested in it, that's for sure. He controls the weather, controls the world. From space, one could control the Earth's weather, cause droughts, floods, change the tides, raise sea levels. Senator Lyndon B. Johnson, then Senator Lyndon B. Johnson, told the joint session of Congress in 1957. Like many other legislators, he adopted Defense Department fantasies that the United States was in the Soviet Union to develop environmental weapons. It's just a fantasy. It's the New York Times, so just ignore. There's nothing to it. Nothing here to see. Move along. All right. Well, I guess nobody's on tonight. Just thought I'd check in. I'm going to revisit this topic. Links to Dane Wigington's stuff in here. I'll be talking to you guys soon. Let me know what you think. All right? All right, ciao, ciao. This is not the end. We'll address this again. I'll be talking to you again. About geoengineering. Your views of the climate. Is not the weather in the eastern seaboard very strange? What about the endless droughts in California? Something's up. And are the attempts to do something about it heavy-handed and dangerous? What do you guys think about geoengineering? Ciao.